Well, there's part of me that was pleased and part of me that was very, very disappointed. I didn't think, it was amazing. At halftime, I walked by Greg Gard and I kind of said, Judd and Bo and Dick Bennett wouldn't be very proud of us. I mean, 45-45 at halftime when I think we held Wisconsin to 45, 50 points 4 times the year we won it. So neither team was guarding very good, or both teams were executing pretty well. And it's a combination of both. Our problem was turnovers, 14 of them. Rocket gets the last one on that pull-up 3 with 2 seconds left. So 13 turnovers isn't astronomical, but 24 points off turnovers is astronomical. And, Aaron struggled turning the ball over, made some great plays and missed layups. And I thought Josh struggled a little bit, both defensively and offensively. But, Joey Hauser was unbelievable. Kithier played really well. I thought we got something, out of Julius Marble for a while. But disappointing that you get a 9-point lead and then you just don't step on their throat. And I think the reason for that was the best player on the court, kind of by far, and that was Trice. So shows you how bad a recruiter I am. Not only did his brother play here, but his mother and father are really good friends of mine. And yet, I'm not sure he was a recruit at this level at the time. And to his credit, and this is what we all should learn, he went to a prep school for his 5th year, and then he transferred, and then they redshirted him. And he is just a product of process. And, I get to cheer for him for 18 games. I'm glad I don't have to play him again, but he was the difference, not just because of the points he scored, but the way he did it, the way he calmed his team down. He was very efficient. He was pretty good defensively. But we did do some really good things. We played harder. We were, I thought, much more in tune to the game. We just made some mistakes when we needed to, and it was a 2-3 point game those last 4 minutes, and we just couldn't get it done. So disappointed, but feel like we took a step forward, and some of those things I think are more fixable. Not for Aaron's 7 turnovers. We hardly have any. I think Wisconsin turned it over 4 times in the first 3-4 minutes, and he yanked a few guys out, and that ended that, because the next 35 minutes they had like 3 turnovers. So that was kind of the difference in the game. 24 points off turnovers to 9, and even on fast break points, 16-6. That almost never happens to us, but it happened because of the turnovers. So I'll take any questions you got.
First question will go to Stoney.
Wait, before I do that, not to get off the subject, so keep your bad questions. I do got to thank our people here. And I want to do it before so I don't forget after. The job they did on our arena, the job they did with the whole Christmas atmosphere was greatly appreciated, and it was just absolutely awesome. David Thomas, Kara Kay from my staff did a phenomenal job, but the people in marketing, the people, all the people that helped, I just want to say thank you, from the people that fed us on Christmas Day. And that goes for all the nurses and all the people that tested us. There were so many people that made this thing happen in an inconvenience to them. And somehow in an article that should be maybe ripping to us, which I wouldn't blame you, somehow give those people some credit, because they more than deserved it. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So now listen, sorry.
I'll start with Stoney.
All right. Merry Christmas, Coach. This might not be the best time to ask that, but when you look at Wisconsin and all their guys, seniors, redshirt seniors, a lot of guys in their early to even mid-20s, isn't this good for college basketball to have guys actually play 4 years, maybe even some eligible for 5 years?
I think I got 1 for 6. I think 6 guys, 6 of their first 7 are seniors and red shirts. I think they got 7 or 8 on their team. And yes, it's good. It's good for basketball. I mean, I'm a Greg Gard fan. Last year, remember, they wanted to fire him halfway through the season and all that. I just absolutely love guys that persevere and kind of just don't worry about it, put their head to the grindstone and get it done. But those kids all deserve it. You know, those kids that played together for 4 or 5 years, and that's no excuse for us, but that is, you know, you can pull for a team like that. I don't care who you are. You can appreciate a team like that because, but I'm not sure it'd be the same without the maestro. Trice just kind of, it was a calming effect on that team. Just knew who to get the ball, where to get him the ball. And, you know, he might have the most experience of all of them. And so because of that, I give him credit, you know, not worried about leaving, not worried about doing this, not worried about doing that. Worry about being the best player you can be and see where that takes you. I know one thing, I got a lot of NBA buddies. And if anybody called me and talked to me about him, there's going to be rave reviews because I've known him since he was little. But the way he's growing each and every year, the last 3 years, is a tribute to him, their staff, his family. And yeah, that's a special team. I mean, I don't want to act like we're nothing. I mean, it was a game. I mean, we're 9 up, you know, so that's what's going to tell me that, you know, we can get where we want to get. It's just going to take a lot more work and a lot more discipline on a couple guys. So experience.
Thank you.
Our next question will go to Chris Solari.
Merry Christmas, Tom. You know, as much as that stretch that Trice had, especially at the beginning of the half, you guys had shut down Reavers through the first half and the early part of the second half. What did he do, or what changed maybe in those last 8 minutes? Because he started to make a big impact on the stretch.
They really went to him, you know, and he's 6'11", 240. I mean, he's big, and you know, we're not that big, and they really went to him, and he's got skills. He can shoot a three, he can handle the ball, he can shoot the up and under, and you know, he did a heck of a job. But you know, if you say, what did he do? I mean, he's 3 for 7. He's gets 2 rebounds and 8 points. I mean, that's not what I would call a career night. I thought we did a pretty good job on him. I thought we did a pretty good job on the other kid, Potter. You know, he's 3 for 5, 2 for 3. I mean, Kithier played his tail off, and Julius came in and played pretty good, and you know, Joey played really good. You know, again, I'm looking at all those guys. I'm semi-agreeing with you. Ford got some buckets because of it, but they posted up our guards. That hurt us a little bit because those bigs can go out and shoot. But I don't know, you know, 3 for 7, 0 for 2, 2 for 2, 2 rebounds. I'll bet you Greg isn't real happy with those stats. And yet I think you're right. He had that little stretch where they went to him. You know, he's been there before. He knows what to do. That's where the experience of a point guard and experience of a big man, I think was a big plus for them.
Our next question will go to Larry Lage.
Merry Christmas, Tom.
Merry Christmas.
Just a quick question with Trice. You were kind of joking about what kind of recruiter you are. So did you not really recruit him because at the time you didn't think he was going to be quite the caliber that he was, I guess, this afternoon?
God, I hate to be as honest as I can be on this because I'm going to look bad, but that's the truth. You know, I can't remember who we had then too, if there was a need, but the truth of it is I love Travis. His mom and dad are, I mean, his mom texts me all the time, you know, and they're just great, great people. So it was our choice. I think if we would have offered him a scholarship, I think he would have come. But then again, you know, even smaller schools, I mean, he went to the prep school for a reason, or he went to IMG, I think it was. And it was just to get better. You know, who does that anymore? You know, that kid gets exactly what he deserved. And doggone it, as you said, you know, you gotta, Stoney said it right. You gotta love people that do that. And he had the courage to do that, but he had good people at home too, talking to him, you know? And so it's been a battle. You know, he's redshirted there. He struggled a little bit early, but boy, he's, I don't want to make him out to be Michael Jordan, but as far as running a team, making shots, making plays, he's as good as there is in this league. Maybe as good as there is in the country.
Next question will go to Graham Couch.
Yeah, Tom. Want to ask you about Thomas Kithier. I thought this might have been his best game today, and I know he's somebody that fans sometimes get frustrated when he sees a lot of minutes. And my sense is you trust him being in the right places. What did you see from him today, and what have you seen from him this season?
Well, Thomas Kithier has been in a unique spot. We started him because we thought he was the steadiest. Well, we've only played him 12 minutes a game, and DJ kind of got in an argument with me in the staff room last week and said we got to throw the ball inside more. And I kind of agreed, but we didn't because we didn't think we had a great scorer down there. And yet, all those guys can score. Julius did. I still think Markey can. Joey did some good post-up things. But even Thomas, he missed a couple. But his defense, what was so good, his rebounding, he's just in the right place. He's the right guy on ball screens. So people that are disappointed, stay disappointed because he's going to play. And so are some of those other guys. But we got bigger problems that we got to solve than Thomas Kithier. He did a great job today. Undersized. I thought his positioning, his ball screen defense, his screening, he does a lot of little things, and I think you're going to start seeing him score 8-10 points a game if we get it in there to him. He's got a nice little jump hook. He's got some things he can do, and we're going to do a better job of that. So hats off to DJ. He's the one that pushed it, and I think he's right.
Next question will go to Lindsey Huddleston.
Hey, Tom, Merry Christmas. We saw the parent and family section all move like track stars when the game was over. Can you talk a little bit about what that interaction was like with the parent and loved ones connecting with the players and, what the buzz has been leading up to that?
Lindsey, unfortunately, I didn't get to see it because they don't come downstairs. They'll go back to their apartments. I think all those parents had tried to get tested and everything so that, we did the best job we could under the circumstances. I was appreciative that they're letting some people into the games. I think it all comes down to, and again, David Thomas did a great job with our people, and, just wear your masks, stay social distance, which Wendy Brown, our ticket lady, kind of spaced them out by families. And I'm sure everybody's, was trying to talk to one another, but if we would just do what we're supposed to do, I think we could do a lot more things. And, it was great to see people there. I was, like the other night, I just walked around that arena. We've got a spot for our alums with all the players that ever played here for me. We got the players that have been hanging from the ceiling. We got the band, their group over there. David did an incredible job, and our people. And getting the parents in was frosting on the cake. And, it didn't quite pull us through. We got to do that job. But it was great to see them. And, unfortunately, I'm not sure I'll get to talk to any of them just because of the way it's supposed to be. We're not all meeting downstairs or something. They couldn't do that. So we're doing it the best we can do it. We'll see what that does.
Okay, thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Next question will go to Kyle Austin.
Hey, Tom, obviously a couple of days ago, you were pretty frustrated with how things went Sunday. Despite the loss, we were able to see some strides, coming out of that game into this game.
Oh, I saw a million strides today, a million strides. There's still, we still got some issues, a couple bad shots. We still got some issues on, running our team. But we made some definite strides. I feel worse for Aaron. His mom and dad were coming up, and then that last minute they were unable to, and I think that affected him some. But he was great. As far as the coach and everything, he just those shots that he's missing to me. We're shooting too many floaters and not enough 2-foot go off 2 feet, and we've been trying to work on that. So that's something we can shore up. But the whole effort, the whole mentality, we out-rebound a team like that. There were a million things I'll take out of it good. The few bad, unfortunately, is what cost you when you're playing a great team. There's not a lot of margin for error. make no mistake about it. I mean, this is a top 5 team. They will be a top 5 team for the whole season, if you ask me. And so I got a lot out of it. Yeah, a lot of positive.
Next question will go to Jim Comparoni.
Hey, Tom, Merry Christmas. Great to hear from you and see you.
Thanks.
That starting backcourt, Langford, Henry, and Watts, they're 10 out of 31 from the field. But not just that, I would imagine as you squeeze to get this team better as you go, you're going to be looking for better decisions. You mentioned that Trice was able to get the ball where it needed to go. Is that what needs to happen with this team, with that backcourt, knowing where the ball needs to go?
Yeah, we got to do a better job of that. We just do have to do a better job of that. And we will. Some of it's going to take some time and experience. As I said, Trice is in his 5th year or whatever there, and he's, you learn that. We don't have that luxury right now. Rocket's in his 1st year in that position. I thought Foster did a pretty good job. We got to get AJ a little more time now. That'll be my next project, which will be another player, but he has kind of a little bit more of a point guard mentality maybe than the other two, because he wasn't as great a scorer, more like a Valentine when he was here early. And so I think, we're going to keep making some progress there, but yeah, it's a concern right now. It's one of the things that I didn't like about today. Not only did we not shoot well, but we didn't make as good of decisions, and we had too many turnovers, although most of those were errands, unfortunately.
And some of those decisions were after the ball got to the wing, not necessarily the quarterback making the decision. It's a weird thing, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's all part of it, but, it was good enough. We got a 9-point lead. It was good enough. We scored 45 points and a half, As I said, not many times does anybody score 45 points and a half. And so we're doing some things that are better. We can say our defense was awful. I didn't think it was awful. When you have turnovers and you get 24 points off them, a lot of those are just breakaways and things that get you wide open shots. And, we limit them to 6 offensive rebounds. They're bigger than a mountain. We out-rebound them in general. Those things weren't the problem. Fouling too much, but they post up, and to me, they get away with some stuff in there. They're very physical in the post. And my guards didn't handle that as well. But, I thought in general, we played pretty good against a real good team. So pretty good is not good enough to beat the great teams. A couple of things you can't do. You can't take bad shots because it's like a turnover. You can't miss easy shots, and we did some of that. And you can't turn the ball over for touchdowns, and we did some of that. So that makes a difference.
All right, Coach, that's all the questions we had for you today. Thank you.
Well, listen, all you guys have a happy holiday, and don't worry about me. I'm fine. I appreciate the Merry Christmases, but understand that we're 2 games in. We found out Northwestern wasn't so bad. We're not happy where we are, but we think we'll get a lot better. I really do. I think we'll get better. I think we played good enough to win in some ways and bad enough to lose in others, and we'll try to correct that. Thanks. Have a good Christmas.